That was wonderful. What a gift, what a gift, and voice. It's now a great pleasure for me to introduce tonight's speaker, Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Muhammad Yunus. Dr. Yunus was born in 1940 in Chittagong, Bangladesh, and studied at Dhaka University in Bangladesh. He received a Fulbright scholarship to study at Vanderbilt University, where he earned his doctorate in economics in 1969. He later became an assistant professor of economics at Middle Tennessee State University and led the Department of Economics at Chittagong University. But then he decided to turn the theoretical into the practical. As someone once stated about Dr. Yunus, he tried to help a village, but in the process, he managed to change the world. In 1976, Dr. Yunus founded Grameen Bank, which shared in the Nobel Prize with him. That year, Dr. Yunus gave out his first micro loan, $27 to 42 villagers. That $27 lifted the poorest of the poor out of the gloom of despair into the light of hope. With this modest amounts of money, microcredit loans as they famously became known, those 42 villagers could pay off debts and purchase items such as craft supplies, yarn, and bamboo, or perhaps a dairy cow. Before these loans, the only recourse in their life was generational poverty. Since that first $27 more than 30 years ago, Dr. Yunus's Grameen Bank has loaned more than $8 billion, empowering the lives of rickshaw drivers, beggars, artisans, sweepers, and so many others that banks would not touch. Most importantly, these microcredit loans went to women in parts of the world where women have few rights, let alone access to money. In announcing Dr. Yunus' award, the Nobel Committee said this: every single individual on earth has both the potential and the right to live a decent life. Across cultures and civilizations, Yunus and Grameen Bank have shown that even the poorest of the poor can work to bring about their own development. Microcredit has proved to be an important liberating force in societies where women in particular have to struggle against repressive social and economic conditions. Economic growth and political democracy cannot achieve their full potential unless the female half of humanity participates on an equal footing with the male. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to our campus and to our platform, Dr. Muhammad Yunus.
Very honored to be here this evening to share our experiences and all the things that I've gone through over the years. As you have mentioned, how it all began, I had no intention of becoming a banker. That's not what I was prepared for. But circumstances pushed me in the direction which became banking. So now looking back, you can almost say that I have the habit of getting involved with things that I don't know anything about. And banking is one that I didn't know anything about. On reflection, I would say that was my advantage. Because I didn't know anything, so I could do anything. And I had no kind of guilty feeling, because I was doing it by hunch, whatever made sense to me. And if you look at the whole of Grameen Bank or microcredit, people wonder how all these things fit into each other and make a system. And they ask me whether you have researched for many years to see how to put these pieces together. I always give to frankly what I really did, almost did. I said, no, I didn't do anything really. It's no hard work for me. Whenever in my work I needed something, some procedure, some method, so that it works for people, I look at the conventional banks, how they do it. After all, I'm doing it in only one village. It's a tiny little thing, and I don't know how to get it done. So for learning process, I just look at the conventional banks, how they do it in their circumstances. And once I learn how they do it, all I have to do is to do the opposite. And it worked pretty good. And you can see it in every step of the way. Conventional banks go to the rich, I go to the poor. Conventional banks traditionally in Bangladesh go to men to lend their money. I reversed it, I go to women. Conventional banks want collateral. Right from day one, I said, forget it. If you are asking for collateral, you'll never get to the poor people because they cannot give the collateral. So I dismissed it completely. So we will do something which doesn't need collateral. We didn't even think about collateral. Conventional banks want legal papers to sign, seal. They bring their lawyers to make sure you cannot run away with their money. Since we don't have any collateral, we didn't need any of those papers. We didn't need any of those lawyers. So we are lawyer-free bank. It works pretty good. And conventional banks are owned by the rich people. If you are owner of a bank, that means you are pretty high above in income level. We made the opposite. We made the borrowers of Grameen Bank as the owners of Grameen Bank. So the Grameen Bank is owned by the borrowers themselves. Conventional banks want to know your past history, your credit history, your business history, and everything before they give you money. We made it simple. We said, we are not interested in your past, so you don't have to tell us anything. We are interested in your future. Tell us what you want to do. Poor people have gone through lots of different experiences, lots of bad experiences. If you get bogged down into those histories, we'll never get out of the system, out of those complicated history. So we made it simple. We said, well, let's talk about future and concentrate on future. Conventional banks want you to come to their premises, come to their offices to do business. We made it right from the beginning a basic principle of Grameen Bank, that people should not come to the bank. The bank should go to the people. So we reversed